Chapter 2. Who's Caruso? Caruso is the super handsome, but perpetually grumpy, tuxedo cat. Once the apple of many a diva's eye, as he's conducted great orchestras and directed great operas all over the world. He's retired from the stage now that he's turned 12, but he's promised to be the special guest conductor for the school concert tonight. Caruso lives with Abba. And Abba is the favorite auntie of Soso, Lina, and Adam. Abba likes to write stories to inspire kids, like you, to be curious about cool stuff like music and science and math and art, and maybe even get inspired to write some stories of your own. But at this exact moment, both Caruso and Abba are in a city hundreds of miles away from all the action in Chapter 1. Abba flurries down the hall to the front door of their magical house. In one hand, she carries a small suitcase, and in the other, a big bag of presents. She pulls on her red boots over her purple socks and puts on her yellow coat. "Come on, Caruso. If you don't get a move on, we're going to be late," Abba calls out, strapping on her motorcycle goggles over her frizzy mop of hair. Caruso sashays down the hall towards the front door, pulling behind him his suitcase stuffed to the gills. If suitcases had gills, that is. He flings his stylish paw print scarf around his neck with a scoff, as if he, Caruso, is the one making them late. In his long and distinguished career in the opera, Caruso has never, not once, ever been late to a concert. And this concert is a super special one, as it is Soso's first. And Soso is one of Caruso's top 3 favorite humans in the world. She always makes him his favorite sardine-flavored after-school treats. Unlike Abba, who's continually trying to feed him this gag-inducing gravel called Diet Yum. Blech. In Caruso's humble opinion, Diet Yum is better suited for salting icy sidewalks in winter than for being on the menu du jour. Caruso broods to himself as he slams the sparkly purple door with a note of deliberate defiance. All of this, of course, goes completely unnoticed by Abba, who is oblivious to most all of Caruso's inner rants. In any case, she's too absorbed with checking her T100 Bonneville motorbike and sidecar for bird poop droppings. Her biggest pet peeve in the world. "And don't forget your passport this time," she says, as she flings a dried up poop dropping off the seat. A cranky scoff echoes down from the balcony in front of the sparkly purple door. Caruso quickly checks the pockets of his tuxedo. Rats. He hates it when Abba's right. He marches back into the apartment with a harumph. Hopping on the motorcycle, Abba turns on the ignition, adjusts her goggles, and tucks her piano keyboard scarf around her neck into her riding jacket. The old engine roars to life, like a grizzly bear yawning after a long winter's snooze. Cuckoo! Huh? It's Emil, their next-door neighbor, waving from his front stoop. Emil and Abba have long been friends and have built many fun musical inventions together. He's also an avid drummer and practices a lot. "Salut, Emil, ça va?" "Ça va bien. Where are you off to?" "We're heading down for the concert. Caruso's conducting." "Oh, right. That's why I've heard the same song on the record player for weeks." He likes to practice in front of the mirror. Where is he, anyway? Right on cue, the sparkly purple door flings open again, and Caruso emerges out onto the balcony, bedecked in riding helmet, goggles, fashionable paw print scarf, and now passport in paw. Gazing out over the street, he sighs, for a few seconds indulging his imagination that the little wrought iron balcony is the main stage of the Met, and the jiggling joggers and the yellow helmeted construction guys popping out of manholes like prairie dogs, his old adoring audience. Caruso sighs nostalgically and pulls the sparkly purple door shut behind him with a slip. Yow! Right on the tip of his tail. Spinning around, he knocks over his rolling suitcase stuffed to the gills, which knocks him over, which causes both cat and suitcase to rumble and tumble. Thump, 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 splat. Peeling himself up off the concrete, Caruso looks over at Abba, who is, of course, completely oblivious to the cat just gone splat on the sidewalk. She's just discovered another bird poop dropping on her precious bike and is searching for her packet of wet wipes in her tushy pocket. Caruso limps over to the Bonneville T100. He tosses his suitcase stuffed to the gills into the sidecar, which tilts the whole contraption considerably to the right. Caruso heaves himself in next, only to quickly find out there is little space left for him to squish in his considerable midriff. The motorbike grumbles awake. Tell Soso and Lina Happy New Year from me, and give a big hug to baby Adam. Bien sûr. Are you heading off too? I told you, Sunday night drum circle, Abba. Abba hides a grimace. As we might have mentioned before, Abba has long encouraged her next-door neighbor's love of all things musical. But Emile's latest obsession with drums, practicing all day and night, even starting a group for other crazed percussionists to jam together at his place once a week, had Caruso and Abba both clawing the furniture. So when Abba found out that Caruso had anonymously reported them for disturbing the peace, forcing the gaggle of crazed percussionists to move the rehearsal space to somewhere else, anywhere else, and preferably as far away as humanly possible, Abba couldn't say that she wasn't, well, relieved slightly. Oh, but of course, Abba says, awkwardly shifting in her seat. Well, we gotta go or we're gonna miss the ferry. Bisous, bisous! A bientôt, Emile calls back with a wave. Vroom, they go, as Abba guns it down the street. And judging by how his face first blaze out on all sides like he's just been shot out of a cannon at the circus, much too fast for Caruso's taste.